He thought it was just a prank, a fake letter, a made-up cult. But when his brother vanished, and the message turned real, he realized he'd crossed a line no apology could ever fix.
I'm 28, and I still haven't told anyone about this. Not my wife, not my best friend, not even the psychologist I went to a couple of years ago. Because it's not just embarrassing, it's disgusting. But maybe you, strangers on the internet, can at least understand me a little. It all started about 10 years ago. I was in college then. I had a YouTube channel with cringe pranks, parodies, and social experiments. Nothing original. I was chasing likes, comments, and of course, monetization. At one point, when the views started to sag, I decided that I needed an explosive video. My younger brother, Tim, was having problems at the time. He was 17. He withdrew into himself, almost never left his room, started listening to strange music, shaved his head bald, and constantly wore a hood. My parents thought it was a teenage crisis. And I saw the content. I came up with a prank. I'll give Tim a fake letter from the cult that will say that he was chosen and that he must prove his loyalty. I'll film his reaction with a hidden camera. I wanted to show that, look, this guy really believed in this nonsense, and at the same time play it off as a joke about youth and internet addiction. I thought it would be both instructive and funny. I even came up with a name. He found a cult invitation and believed it. I wrote the letter itself with special care, on aged paper with scratches from a lighter along the edges, in handwritten calligraphy. You have been chosen. You are not like everyone else. Your pain, your loneliness are not in vain. You were not born by chance. Your eyes are the mirror of revelation. The hour of connection has come. Put on the symbol. Keep it with you. On the night of the 14th to the 15th, go to where the darkness meets the light. 93 Aldridge Street, basement. Don't be afraid. We were expecting you. In the bag, I put an old earring wrapped in thread and drew a symbol on it, an intertwined triangle with a dot in the center. I called this fictitious sect Shining Shadows. It seemed to me that it sounded both mystical and stupid, like a fake that was obvious. The next morning, Tim didn't go to school. He disappeared. At first, I thought he just ran away. He wanted to play along with the prank, but 6 hours passed, then 12. Then the cops came. On the third day, my parents almost went crazy. I was tearing my hair out because I realized I started it all. I tried to find him myself without the police. I looked in places we used to go as kids, called friends, even got into some chats with esotericists. What if he took the letter seriously? On the fourth day, I received an anonymous message to the email I specified for the channel. He is now one of us. Don't look. He has found his destiny. I still had hope that it was one of the subscribers. Joking. But then I went to Aldridge, 93. There really was a dilapidated private house with boarded up windows. I went around it. On the side, the entrance to the basement, covered with a shield. Closed. He left without going inside. He was afraid that I would find something real. And only then did I realize that this was no longer a joke. Someone had really taken him away. Or even worse, he had found someone who had confirmed his chosenness. I broke down. I went to the police. I told them everything. About the letter, about the camera, about the channel, about the idea of catching him in stupidity. My parents hadn't spoken to me for 2 weeks. The police immediately went to the place I had indicated. Tim was in that very house, in the basement. There were 3 other teenagers there besides him, all in identical white clothes, all with shaved heads. They were sitting in a circle around candles. In the center was a statue of a man without a face, covered in red cloth and white inscriptions. Tim didn't resist. He just looked at the floor, as if there was nothing left inside him. He didn't speak for almost a month. Not a word. Not a tear. Not a reproach. Psychiatrists said that he was psychologically broken. They made him think that he was special, that he was chosen, that he was now part of something great. And the worst thing is that he believed it. My prank was not fake. I just accidentally pressed the right button, opened a door that I had no right to open. He underwent treatment for a long time. Almost 2 years of psychotherapy, pills, a rehabilitation center, and still, Tim became different. As if the part of him that laughed, dreamed, and skateboarded had been cut out. He became too quiet, suspicious. He studied to be a psychologist, but, according to him, only to understand how not to let himself be dragged in again. Once, a couple of years later, he said a phrase that still haunts me. "You didn't know what I lived for, but you decided that you could use me, as a camera, as a meme. And then I just wanted someone to see me for real." It wasn't a reproach, not anger. It was the truth. Calm and scary. We talk. But there's no longer that sincerity in his voice, that carefree closeness. It's as if he's holding me behind glass. Sometimes I open that same folder where the only photo remains, the one taken before the prank. He's sitting in his room with headphones on, smiling, looking out the window. That's the last time I saw him for real.